What is the difference between the C380 Gazelle Ultimate versus the T10 Plus Ultimate? The only thing that is different between the T10 Plus Ultimate is that it has a chain versus a timing belt. Okay, so the C380 has a timing belt, and then the C380 also has an internal hub, the new Da Vinci, if I'm pronouncing it right, and that's operated through a handheld device where you're able to just turn it like this, and that way to change gears. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, they're identical bikes. So again, the Ultimate C380 and the Ultimate T10 Plus are identical bikes in every dimension, from the suspension, from the tires, from everything is the same, minus or plus the timing belt, the carbon gate timing belt, and the internal hub of the Da Vinci. That's it. The engine is exactly the same. The Ultimate T10 Plus and the Ultimate C380 have the same exact Bosch performance sport line engine in it, which means that it's going to go to 28 miles an hour, assuming that you can pedal that fast. Real quick, download my free book, Real Estate Investing for Beginners, the ultimate starter guide at myrealestatedojo.com, where I teach you how to find motivated sellers, buy their homes at a deep discount, and then have the seller become your own private bank. Subject to, get it now. One more thing, if you're looking for private one-on-one help when it comes to real estate investing, then consider joining my academy, where you sit down with me one-on-one. 2, you get monthly coaching. 3, you get access to my best-selling courses. 4, you get access to my video library, and then the list goes on, for just $97 a month. Join me now at MrNoFluff.com. Lastly, the best 6-figure side hustle, bicycle flipping. Want to see how? Here's a behind-the-scene video how I did it. Go to thebestsidehustle.MrNoFluff.com. Now let's get back to the content. But besides that, the bikes are literally identical. Now, what makes me an expert about this bike? Well, first of all, I wrote a book about flipping bikes. You can download it below. You can turn $100 into $700 in just hours, if not days, by flipping bicycles. I've flipped over 1,000 bikes. I own this Gazelle, and I'll put, like I said, 2,500 miles on it in just about 2 or 3 months. I've owned other electrical bikes like Track Domani HP. In my family, my wife owns a Gazelle Meadow. I recommended this bike to my brother, so he bought a Gazelle Meadow T10 Plus. So I know about these bikes, I'm more than most salespeople, to be honest with you, because the amount of research and the amount of writing and time I put into it. So the difference between the Ultimate T10 Plus and the Gazelle is just 2 things: the timing belt and the internal hub. Now the question is, which one should you lean towards to? Okay, let me just share with you my experience. Maybe it'll help you out. When I first bought this Gazelle, the C380, I wasn't happy with it because the timing belt has a lot of friction in it, So when I was pedaling, it was hurting my knees. And again, I'm a strong rider. I do 50, 60 miles every time I go out. I've been working out since high school, but it was hurting my knees, okay? So that's because of the internal hub. And after 500 miles, the internal hub will have less friction. But that said, when I first bought this bike, I wasn't happy, and I wanted to go back to a chain versus the timing belt because A, it was more expensive, B, it had more friction, 3, it put more stress on my knees, 4, it wasn't as fast as the T10 Plus, okay? And how do I know? Because my wife has the Gazelle Meadow T10 Plus, and hers is way faster than me, and same with my brother. So I realized, and I also have a Track Domani HP, which is an electrical bike, and that thing is super fast. And this bike wasn't fast, but my wife's bike was as fast as my Domani. So then I realized it's the internal hub and the timing belt. So if you want to go super fast, then you're leaning trying to do research on which one do you want, you probably want to go with the T10 because it's super fast. Okay, because if you get the carbon belt and the internal hub, you're not going to be as fast. Now, does that mean you're not going to be able to hit 28 miles an hour? No, you're going to be able to hit 28 an hour, but it's not as efficient. You got to work a lot more harder. Okay, the other bad news about the timing belt, the carbon belt, I keep saying timing belt, sorry guys, the carbon belt and the internal hub, is that it's because it's not as efficient, it's going to suck up your battery a lot more. Like when I go and do 50 miles with my wife, I'll come home with no battery and she'll have like 2 bars. Okay, so it's not as efficient. Okay, and she's pulling the trailer with the kids. So also because the C380 versus the Ultimate T10 Plus, the C380 weighs about 12-15 pounds extra, so that could contribute into why it's less efficient. Okay, and of course I weigh more, but when I go with my brother, the same thing happens. So the cons of having this C380 is this not as efficient, so it's going to suck up more battery. It's it is harder on your knees for the first 500 miles because it takes time to break in the internal hub, but after that it's not that hard on your knees. But remember, it's not going to be as efficient, it's not going to be as fast as the T10 Plus, the Ultimate from Gazelle. Okay, even though they're both the same exact bikes and equipped, this one is heavier than the other bike. Now let's talk about the positives of the carbon gate belt and the internal hub. I didn't realize it, when I first had it until I put about 2,500 miles on it, how great it is, because not once have I ever stopped and oiled my stuff. Not once have I ever stopped and have stuff all over me. My brother has the same exact bike and he has like 500 miles on it and he had to go get a tune-up. Okay, he's had to oil his chain. Okay, so now the more miles that I put on it, the more I appreciate the carbon fiber timing belt, or not timing belt, the belt and the internal drive. But in the beginning, like I said, if you don't have a electrical bike that has a chain, you're probably not going to notice the difference. But I had one already that was super fast, and then when I got on this, I was very disappointed. But now, as time has gone by, I'm super happy with it because it's like a bulletproof tank. It's like I don't have any problems with it, which is amazing. No maintenance. I haven't had any maintenance issues where, like I said, my wives, my brothers, we have to change their chain very, very soon because she has like 500 miles on it and the chain only goes to like 1,000, maybe 1,500, depends on, but I doubt it's going to a 15 because she pulls a trailer. So the reason she has to pull the trailer because my battery dies out too quick. So I mean, one of the cons of the Gazelle C380 is it's not as efficient as the and that might be a big thing for you. It might not be. If you're doing bicycle touring, it might be a big thing like I am. But if you're just going down the street, then it's not a big deal because you can charge up, and so on. But overall, you're not going to go wrong with getting the Gazelle Ultimate T10 Plus. You're not, honestly, you're not going to go wrong with that. You're going to be just super fast and just old school technology. But the old school technology, it is faster, it is more efficient, but it requires more maintenance. Tuning the derailleur. Like I haven't had to tune my derailleur or anything like that. Okay, but if you can fork up extra $500-600, I'm not sure, I forgot what it was, to get the carbon gate belt and the internal hub, it's also a great option because you'll be getting the newest technology. It's bulletproof. Sure, it's a lot more heavier, 15 pounds more heavier. Sure, it's not more efficient, but there's absolutely like no maintenance so far. I don't have to tune anything, I don't have to oil anything, I don't have to get oil all over me. I don't have to bring extra chains with me in case I pop a chain, and that's happened to me before. That's why I carry chains with me before. I used to not, I had to walk home one time because I popped my chain. Okay, so anyways, that's basically it. So the difference between the Ultimate T10 Plus and the Ultimate C380 Plus is just the belt and the internal hub. Everything else is the same, but remember, with the C380, you're going to get more weight, you're and which is going to result in less efficiency in your bicycle on the power battery, and you're gonna have less efficiency because of the hub. So you have two deficiencies that's sucking away from your ability to be more efficient and more faster. So do keep that in mind. And if you have to go upstairs, and this is even more heavier than the T10 Plus, the Ultimate T10 Plus, because again, you're adding 15 pounds to it, 12 pounds to it. Okay, if you have any questions about the Gazelle, leave a comment below. And I want to warn you guys, don't go on the Facebook groups of Gazelle, because the admin there, you know, if you're trying to make buying decisions, is a bad place to be, because they're not going to allow you to post problems with your bike. And the reason I know is because I was on there and I post videos of the problems that I had with this bike, which wasn't much. It was just simple things. And I'm a big fan of Gazelle, not because I'm sponsored, because how great they are, and that's why I bought 3. And you know, the admin would delete my posts because, you know, I would post problems, and I thought that was very, very dishonest, because I made my buying decision because I went on the Facebook groups and I saw that no one had any problems. But the truth is, people do have problems, but they won't allow you to post it on there, and I thought that's pretty shady. So I want to put that out there, that the admin is this Asian guy, I forgot his name. Man, that's totally wrong, dude. That's like Nazi style, right? Because people are using YouTube, using Facebook, using things like this to make their buying decision. And like a bike like this, is, you know, it's not like $2 grand or something. You know, you're just going to spend $5,000 plus, not including accessories. So, you know, I think that, you know, if you're going to have a platform like that, then you should allow people to post their positive and negative experiences, so buyers can make a better decision. So if you're trying to make a buying decision, you're probably better off not going on to the Facebook group for Gazelle, because it's, you know, custom made, tailored to look sparkly. Okay, if you want more information about this bike, you know, again, I bought this with my own money. I have no horse in the race, and I'm Mr. No Fluff, so I could tell it to you just the way it is. Go to my YouTube channel, and I've done reviews about this bike. I've done reviews about the Meadow, and I don't have a bias in the race. Like I said, I spend my own money, so I could tell you to you when I have problems, when I don't, etc. Thanks for watching. If you could click the like button. If you're interested in how to getting one of these bikes for almost for free with just $100, then download the new Flip, where I teach you how to flip bicycles in your backyard with just $100, and you can turn that $100 into 200% return to 700% return in matter of days, if not hours, guys. Okay, I have tons of students, and I'm also there to help you when you download the book, to answer every and all your questions through a Facebook group where I provide you free lifetime coaching when you download my course, because I want you to win, because I know it is, you know, I basically bought this bike for $100. So I want you to do it too, as possible. So again, thanks for watching. Click the like button. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy. Peace.